Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is Monday, was that 24th? November 24th. And I'm on the third week since I started with the transparency. And not a bad week. I got rid of a good amount of the cheap clothes, I'm going to call them. The dollar clothes. I mean, you could have dollar good clothes too, but I had 22 sales, I think. And so yeah, sales weren't bad. Profit was kind of low because I'm purging all those out. And you guys are going to see a video on Wednesday if you watch it. But it's the one where Mom and I went out, and I'm very negative. I was very frustrated. What I did was I'm trying to, somebody made a comment last week, which I appreciate the comments. I'm not knocking the comment. I really appreciate the criticism and stuff. And somebody said, your sales suck because you're dealing with a lot of clothes that usually go to the Goodwill bins, and you get rid of them. And I agree 100% with that. I'll address it also in the next video, which will drop on Wednesday. That'll be what we went out and did. And the problem is I did that for a while. I did that for like 6-8 months. So I've got tons of those dollar low brand clothes. Yeah, I could just go donate them all, but I've got all those dollars in there. I know, get rid of them, bring more stuff in. So what I've decided to do is I'm just going to go through the Christmas season, and in January I am going to donate and get rid of a lot of those stuff, clear up spaces and all that. So but they keep selling. So if I sell a dollar piece of clothing and I make $5 or $6, that's a dollar I didn't lose, and I picked up $5. So I might as well leave them on the shelves until then and just get through the Christmas season, which is the more busy season. So I do agree. What I was frustrated back was, and before I show this to you, I'm not knocking these guys at all because I really think they are true resellers. I do believe they're full-time. The information they are given is solid, and I actually believe everything. Well, not everything, but I believe most of the things they are saying. And so I bought their list. I gave them like $10. I hope that wasn't too low, Resell Brothers. But I went to the Resell Brothers. I really like their things and all that. I watched their videos. I kind of have been emulating their plan, what they do. And so anyway, I bought this list, and you can go on their website, Brett. But anyway, it's, what's it say? Our top men's brands to resell, okay? So, and they had said on the last one, they try to stay 50% sell-through rate and above. And let me turn this a little bit. I think I'm getting glare from my neon light. I love my neon light my sister bought me. It says Florida eBay Hunter. Problem is, it doesn't do good with the camera. So anyway, real quick, and then we'll show the numbers and all that. The Mom and I, we went to a tiny home festival on Saturday, and then when we got back, we decided to do a little research and see if we could find those brands. And now, we were only in there for about an hour or two, so it wasn't like, we scoured the whole city of Jacksonville. We just went to one thrift store, and maybe that's the key, but we went through probably, I'm gonna guess, between 250 and 500 pieces of clothing, and we found 5 shirts, and they all were like Nike and Wrangler, which are on their list. And but a lot of the brands that they were talking about, like Psycho Bunny and Patagonia wasn't. Every once in a while I'll find a Patagonia. Pendleton. A lot of them my mom had never even heard of. And so anyway, I was very frustrated. I'm like, okay, I'm only finding a few of those shirts. And I'm like, if I scour for 4 hours and only find 15 shirts, it's kind of frustrating. It's like, that's not sustainable for like long-term big. So I was kind of frustrated. So if you hear it in my voice, I was kind of negative. I did go on their site, on their store, and I'm not going to give their store name because I don't know if they want it. I just happened to locate it one day, so I don't know if they advertise it or not. But I found their store, And the only reason I found it was I saw the shirt and I had just watched a video about it, and I put two and two together. So I was like, that's their shirt. So then I realized who their store is. But if they want to put it on there, then that's up to them. I'm not going to advertise it. But I went on there, and they do have a lot of the clothes that I buy that are like 30% sell-through rate and stuff like that. I know they try to stay around 50, and they do have their little 3-strike rule. So I think maybe the 3-strike rule, like if sell-through rate ain't real good, if the condition and the brand and all that is good, they might step down a little bit. So so anyway, moving forward, I want to do 30% sell-through rate because I can find that stuff between 30 and 50. So that's kind of, so anyway, if you see the video next, I was kind of negative, and you know, you got to kind of get knocked down and pick yourself up and figure out, you know, make adjustments. That's how you do business. So, all right, let's go on. I talked for 6 minutes. All right, here's the numbers. All right, I'm going to show you what I sold on eBay. I'm not going to do Poshmark too much. I'll show you the thing and everything, but let's see. I sold these are some of my dollar shirts. Jones of New York, $7.20 plus shipping. Got $1 in it. Let's see. Sold some Lee shorts. Got 218 into them. I sold them for $12.59 plus shipping. Those were not too bad. Little Nike tee, $4.70 in it. I sold it for $10. That was an older one. I probably should have got more money because it was a Nike shirt, but you know, trying to get some of this old stuff out and move the new. Ann Taylor dollar shirt, sold for $6.50. These are the reasons the profits are low. I'm not going to go through all these real quick, but a guy bought 7 High Times magazines. I got $1 into them, and I sold them for $7.85 each plus shipping. I did give him combined shipping. I think I made $6.50 profit per book. Anyway, I got 7 of those, so we'll skip those. Levi's 515s. These are some of my old Goodwill stuff. So if you notice the $9.61, those are the higher price. I did get $17.99, but that higher cost of goods kind of killed that. Goodwill over here by my house is like $8.99 for jeans. So yeah. Charming Charlie, another $2 shirt. I got it for $5. The lower my number, of course, is the older the thing. So I'm up in the 3,000s right now, 3,300 sequential orders. So this is one of the older ones. I bought a giant Power Ranger thing, like, well, there it is, February 24. I bought a big giant packet from it. I got 84 cents in it, and this is, I think I got one more left. And I took a $4 offer. I think I made like $4 on that. It's one of the old things left over. I bought like 100 Power Ranger things from the 80s and stuff, and this was one of the last ones. Vintage 90s Heartbeat of America Chevrolet jacket. This thing sat. I thought this would move really quick, but it sat for almost a year. I got 10 into it. I sold it for $21.59 plus shipping. I bought a giant collection of die-cast cars from Andy's Attic thrift stores. It looks like about maybe, it's coming up, maybe 10, 12 months ago. And anyway, I got 534 into it. This might not be, I think this one was just at a Goodwill. I bought a ton of these, but I think this one I just found at a Goodwill. Anyway, $21.99 I sold it for. And here's my last one for the clothes. A Boca Classic Florida State Seminoles, and 534 in it, and I sold it for $10.52. It's one of the older ones. So I know some of these and that's a new sale. So anyway, I'm trying to get rid of all this old stuff before the Christmas. That way I can cash out and everything. What else did I sell? The yellow is all I sold. Poshmark, I sold a shirt. Poshmark I'm liking. Depop, I sold a Famous Monster magazine. I think it was the last one. I bought like 200 of them about 2 years ago, and I sold the last one. A woman's sweater is unbranded. It's nothing big. Poshmark and Depop. So Poshmark I'm really impressed with. Depop, somewhat. Macari, I think I've sold one thing since I started doing this. So, all right, here's the numbers. There was last week. I had 24 sales. I don't know if I said 22 or 24. Had 24 sales. Gross sales was 258.84. Shipping collected was 110.97. I spent $74.18 in shipping. My eBay fees were $55.58. I did good. I didn't have a lot of promoted fees. My promoted fees was $9.62, which is a little bit low. So, membership fee to eBay, nifty fees. I break it into 4 weeks, so $15 each. I didn't have to buy any supplies. I didn't have any returns, and I spent $61.54 in cost of goods, and net profit of $138.89. Not big on profit, but getting some of that stuff purged out. Anyway, not the best week on profit. What was it again? Yeah, low on profit, 140. A little bit higher than last week. Last week was 82.07, so that was low. As I worked through all this junk clothes, I guess best way, $6 shirts and stuff. Problem is I got like 1,500 of them in there, so you know, I'm slowly adding better sell-through rates and stuff, and getting that stuff up. But you know, I can either lose the money and throw it in the donation pile, or you know, as they sell, I make $5-6 profit. Not a lot, but I'll take $5 in my hand instead of losing $1. So that's the way I look at it. So, all right, thanks for watching. I picked up a few more subscribers. Thanks for that, guys. And let me know where if you guys are finding clothes that are selling for 50% sell-through rate or above. Let me know where you're finding it at, because Mom and I were talking about two or three of the thrift stores we go to, and I'm not going to tell you which side it is, and it's not about you going to my thrift store. You can look it up online, but the area is not high income families. It's kind of lower income, maybe higher low income areas or low middle income area. It's kind of where it's at. They're nice neighborhoods and all that, but I just don't think there's a lot of money that comes in over there. And that might be the, you know, I think they go more for the lower brand clothing, and people donate where they live at. So I think over there they're donating the lower clothes. So we are going to, Saturday, we're going to go out to like Ponte Vedra area, which is the higher end, and kind of go to the Goodwills and the thrift stores around that area and see if they have better clothing and stuff. So that might be the key. So let me know where you guys go. We're thinking about going to Ross and Beals and Kohl's, and we have Hope's Closet down here, which does use clothes. We're going to check those out. And we're going to check out some thrift stores that we've never went to before, because they were all just kind of clothing. So maybe they've got higher end stuff too. And the retirement thrift store that we used to go to in the little old lady thrift store, they got clothing too, but I just never shopped it back then. So we're going to go there. Thanks for watching. And comment, give me some ideas where to go and everything, because I'm trying to build this big, but I want to build it right. But if I can't find the clothes, then it ain't sustainable. So thanks for watching.